It's June and summer is almost here. We are ready for warm weather, blue skies, the beach,
You bet.
and many of the other summer activities we all enjoy. We are recording from the Atwood House Museum in honor of Chatham's History Weekend. I'm Huntley Harrison, together with Richard Garvin and Jerry Panuzak, to bring you the June installment of Chatham Today, the show that keeps you up to date with what's happening in the town of Chatham. This month has some interesting and different things going on, so we'll get right to it. Our special segment this month will highlight Chatham's ever-popular 4th of July parade. What goes into making this iconic local event? We will find out the answer later from Danielle Jeanloz, Executive Director of the Atwood House Museum and Vice Chairman and Publicity Head for the Parade Committee. But first, planes, trains, and automobiles. On June 11th, rain date June 12th, Chatham Airport will be holding its third annual open house. Doors will open at 10 a.m. and will be open until 2 p.m. See general aviation airplanes up close and talk with local pilots. There will be static aircraft displays, remote-controlled aircraft displays, an aircraft maintenance display, and see a working model railroad layout presented by the Nauset Model Railroad Club. Also, there will be a display of aviation art by Lonnie Pickett. You can check out some cool antique cars and meet members of the Model A Ford Club of Cape Cod and the Northeast Alfa Romeo Owners Club as they showcase their cars, together with various other vehicles. Ride in an antique fire truck and see a Chatham Fire Department display and a Chatham Police Department display. Great for the kids. Other displays include Massachusetts Department of Transportation Aeronautics Division displaying a flight simulator, the U.S. Coast Guard and Coast Guard Auxiliary. New England Specialized Aviation Services, together with the Provincetown Center for Coastal Studies, describing how they do whale reconnaissance over our local waters. They get the whale counts. And many, many more. You can also enter a charity raffle that will include prizes from Hangar B Restaurant, Stick and Rudder Aero Tours for a sightseeing trip over the Cape, Larry's PX, Cream and Cone, Chatham Perk, Chatham Threadworks, Pates, and more. Proceeds from this raffle will support our local Women of Fishing Families and Angel Flight Northeast, an organization of volunteer pilots devoted to arranging free air transportation for any legitimate, charitable, medically related need. But wait, there's still more. There will be activities for all ages and goodies for the kids. So bring the family. The Women of Fishing Families will provide a kids area. The folks at Hangar B Eatery will be open for business, and there will be food and drinks for sale around the display area provided by Larry's PX. And candy will be available from Ducks in the Window. For more information, go to the Chatham Airport website, www.chathamairport.com, or check out the flyer for the open house at their Facebook page, Cape Cod Flying Circus at Chatham Municipal Airport. This should be a great day with good fun for all. Remember, this is a family-friendly event and there is no charge for attendance. That's June 11th from 10 to 2 with the rain date June 12th. Don't miss it. Oh, and one last thing.
Yes, sir.
They might have a DeLorean there from Back to the Future.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, they're going to be here that weekend for an event that's down on Main Street in Chatham.
Okay.
And they might be able to deliver the car. So we'll see. That might be real fun.
You know, this sounds like it's really grown too. Because
it has.
I've gone to this every year. I wander around and look at all the planes, and I love the antique cars. But this seems to have added so much more.
It is. It's becoming very, very popular. Very popular.
I can see why. I'll be there.
Good. I will too.
Now for the June events at the Council on Aging. Senior Real Estate Tax Work-Off Program Enrollment Meeting will be held on June 1st at 2 p.m. at the COA. Complete overview and guidelines are available at the COA or online at chathamcoa.com. Forms. Call the COA for more information and or to register. On Wednesday, June 1st at 11 a.m., there will be a disaster preparedness presentation given by Red Cross volunteer Jeff Rossi. Come learn how to adequately prepare yourself and your family for storms and other disasters. Learn how to make a disaster kit and what should be included in it. You will be given a free bag of supplies to get you started. Learn how to make a plan and to be better informed to decide to stay at home or go to a regional shelter. Learn how to stay informed about what might happen and how to get information from local officials. Feel free to ask questions and share experiences from times you dealt with an emergency or a disaster. This is a free presentation, but reservations are required. Transportation will be available. Call the COA to reserve your spot.
Sounds like it would be an interesting program.
Yes, I think necessary too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Enjoy lunch and a show on Monday, June 6th with entertainment by the Cape Cod Surf Tones. Come for an afternoon of fun and enjoyment. The Cape Cod Surf Tones is a fellowship of male singers from around the south coast of Massachusetts that joins together in the four-part harmony tradition that is uniquely American barbershop. Performing since 1975, their repertoire extends across nearly every musical genre, including spirituals, show tunes, the Great American Songbook, jazz, and pop. Please feel free to wear your grass skirts, Hawaiian shirt, and leis. Prize awarded to the best Hawaiian shirt. That will be you, Huntley. Sponsored in part by the Friends of the Chatham COA. Reservations are required.
That'll be a fun program.
Yes, it will. Gardening Through Your Golden Years. On Monday, June 13th at 1 p.m., you can learn tips and techniques every seasoned gardener should know to keep you gardening smarter and not harder. That's a great phrase.
That's right.
From raised beds to ergonomic tools and container gardens, they will cover a wide variety of topics to keep you gardening well into your golden years. The speaker will be Joyce K. Williams, an international award-winning landscape designer located here in Chatham. Reservations are required. This will be a popular event, so call early.
Joyce Williams is wonderful. She's done a lot of properties here in Chatham, and from what I've seen, it's just terrific, and she will offer terrific advice to people. So
I bet.
That's going to be a good program, absolutely.
And if you love to garden, that's the place to be.
Right.
Chatham Anglers Players Luncheon on Monday, June 20th at noon. Every summer, a group of talented college athletes arrive in Chatham for 2 short months of Cape Cod League baseball. This is a wonderful opportunity to have a personal lunch with some of the Anglers players and learn about the summer Cape League experience. This intergenerational activity is a perfect way to bring Chatham anglers, fans, and players together for an afternoon. Everyone is encouraged to wear the Chatham Anglers apparel. On the menu will be classic summer barbecue burgers, hot dogs, potato salad, and all the fixins, plus frozen summer treats. Tickets are $7 and reservations are required.
Continuing with the June activities and events at the COA, on Wednesday, June 22nd at 10:30 a.m., the VNA of Cape Cod will present Become a Nutrition Detective, a healthy cooking and nutrition education workshop. It is never too late to become a nutrition detective. This session will help you to navigate the complexity of understanding food labels and making healthy food choices. We will discuss portion control, sugar, and salt limits. Together, you will create some healthy food. Please sign up for this free presentation. As usual, transportation will be available. On Monday, June 27th at 1 p.m., there will be a free illustrated talk, The Cape Cod Perimeter, Walk the Beach, Swim the Rivers, with Mark and Patty McGrath. Could you walk and swim the entire perimeter of Cape Cod? In their 70s, Mark and Patty McGrath decided to explore the shores of the Cape by doing just that.
Wow.
It started as a physical challenge, but turned into something far more meaningful than just a walk on the beach. They will discuss the challenges, joys, and favorite places that they experienced on their year-long adventure. Consider joining them for lunch beforehand. Reservations are required.
That's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. Yeah. Well, we have covered the June highlights at the COA, but there are also the ongoing monthly events and activities. And for more information about these, you can check their website. The address is on the screen now.
In addition to the regular monthly programs at the Eldridge Public Library, there are several during June of particular interest. Thursday, June 2nd at 7 p.m., author event with Greg O'Brien. What is it like to lose your mind, to see slices of your very identity slipping away piece by piece? Veteran journalist Greg O'Brien likens it to a trip out to Pluto, where no one can see you or hear what is said. Diagnosed at 59 with early onset Alzheimer's, O'Brien will be at the library to share his experiences of living with Alzheimer's, not dying with it. Drawing on cognitive reserve, he is reporting back to Earth his experiences as he journeys further into inner space in his memoir, On Pluto, Inside the Mind of Alzheimer's. Written with faith and humor, the book provides baby boomers a window into a possible future. Saturday, June 4th at 2 p.m. brings another author event with Cape Cod author Patry Francis, who will be here to talk about her latest and very popular book, The Orphans of Race Point. The story is a passionate and page-turning saga with an unsolved murder that consumes 3 lives over several decades in Provincetown, Massachusetts. On Saturday, June 11th, the Book to Film discussion group will gather to watch and discuss My Sister's Keeper by Jodi Picoult. Another author event will take place on Thursday, June 16th at 7 p.m. Carrie Russell, author of the novel Drowning Cactus, will be here to speak about environmentalism and fiction. Drowning Cactus is literary fiction that explores the transformative power of wilderness, following a cactus thief and an urban gardening instructor lost in the Sonora Desert. On Friday, June 17th, Historic House Signs. As part of History Weekend, Don Edge will be at the library to help you research your historic home and fill out a historic house sign form if your home is 100 years or older. And on Thursday, June 23rd, author Tom Baldwin will talk about his father's memoir, Was There Such a Thing in the World's Great War as the Lost Battalion? Tom's father, Battalion Sergeant Major Walter J. Baldwin, fought in World War I in the 77th Division with a small group of men that came to be known as the Lost Battalion. Tom will present an overview of the memoir that chronicles the 6 days and nights that the 77th Division was surrounded in the Argonne Forest in France in 1918. On Saturday, June 18th, there will be a program to honor the Women's Club of Chatham. A long line of dedicated women. 2015 marks the 100th anniversary of the Women's Club of Chatham. It is the oldest continually active club on Cape Cod, whose purpose is connecting women for friendship, education, and civic betterment. This program will use pictures and commentary to share the club's story. This program is part of Chatham History Weekend. For more details on these and other programs at the Eldridge Public Library, check their website.
And now for some items of general interest. An event that runs through the summer is the Sharks in the Park and Lifeboats in the Shops scavenger hunt. Over the last few years, the Chatham Merchants Association has successfully pulled off an art installation called Sharks in the Park, coupled with a summer-long scavenger hunt. This year, they have added lifeboats in the shops. The 45 sharks are custom done by local artists and sponsored by local businesses. They are on display for most of the summer. The 35 lifeboats in the shops are also painted by local artists and are the subject of the scavenger hunt that closes on Labor Day weekend. 5 lucky winners will win a huge basket of Chatham goodies. Lifeboats in the shop's headquarters will be the downtown Main Street Visitor Information Booth, where you can obtain the scavenger hunt booklets. These booklets will also be available in various shops around town. So don't wait. Get your booklet and start scavenger hunting. And moving on from Monday, June 6th through Monday, June 27th, the Creative Arts Center sponsors the 21st Annual Cape Cod Art Show. From the enormously talented pool of artists on Cape Cod, this exhibition showcases works across the spectrum. The Invitational draws artists from the Bridge to Race Point and is always sophisticated and exciting. There will be an opening reception and awards on Sunday, June 5th from 4 to 5:30 p.m. And the 35th Annual Sacrifice Art Sale will take place at the Creative Arts Center from June 30th through July 2nd. This is a fantastic opportunity to purchase original arts, crafts, jewelry, ceramics, fiber art, art supplies, books, and much more related to your artistic talents. Chatham Lighthouse tours have started up again and run through the summer on Wednesdays from 1:30 to 3:30, weather permitting. Find out about the long and rich history of this historic light. Historic Chatham will again sponsor Chatham History Weekend from Friday, June 17th through Sunday, June 19th. All historic Chatham member organizations will be open at least one day that weekend, and many venues will be open at no charge. On Sunday, June 19th, the Caleb Nickerson House will host an open house from 10 to 4. Artisans from the Nickerson House Forgotten Arts programs will be on hand to demonstrate colonial crafts and to answer questions about clothing, kitchen life, gardening, and early woodworking, as well as home building. Tour this classic Cape to see life in the early 19th century.
Sounds very interesting.
Yeah, a little flashback in time.
Yeah.
Also on June 19th, the Atwood House Museum Sunday Lecture Series will host author Jake Klim speaking about his book, Torpedo Attack on Orleans. Admission is free. However, donations are welcome. The event starts at 2 p.m. And for you runners out there, mark your calendars for the 36th Annual Chatham Harbor Run on Sunday, June 26th. After a 2-year hiatus, it's back, and rumor has it that it will include the Mitchell River Bridge.
That is definitely a rumor.
Well, we hope. That's what the Department of Transportation says, so we're going with it. As we mentioned at the top of the show, we will be speaking with Danielle Jeanloz about the 4th of July parade. So without further ado, Danielle Jeanloz.
Hello, folks. My name is Richard Garvin with Chatham Today, and I'm here with Danielle Jeanloz. She is the executive director of the Atwood House Museum. Welcome, Danielle.
Thank you very much, Rich. I'm delighted to be here.
I understand that you're also part of this whole July 4th parade thing. Now, that must be a big job.
It's very exciting. I've been doing this for a couple of years. Yes, I chair the publicity and co-chair the committee for the annual Independence Day Parade, 4th of July. Yep.
That sounds like a big job. How did you get involved with this?
Actually, a lot of the folks that are on the committee were part of Chatham 300, which was a town-wide celebration a number of years ago. And since then, we've still been working together. We had so much fun, and that's why we like working on the parade.
Okay, so you got to, well, your day is coming up pretty quickly here. I mean, it's like, 5 weeks away? And I was curious, how many entrants do you get for this parade?
We normally get between 90 and 100, and that works out really well. Well, it works out really well since we've expanded the flow of the parade now. It's a little bit longer since last year, and that's been a real boost.
Okay, so you made the parade a little bit longer, and you have 90 to 100 entrants. Wow, that's a lot. And I was just curious, I mean, how do you decide who gets to be part of the parade?
Well, a lot of the people in the parade have been entering year after year, but it's always fun to get new people. We try to get a great mix of music as well as a variety of acts, and there's an application process, and we want to make sure that people understand that there is a lot involved in participating, but it's so much fun that we try to get as many people involved, and they apply, and we look over their application, work with them, and try to get them on board.
Now what does that application entail? What kind of questions do you ask them?
Well, basically, we want to know about their group and about their message. We try to include almost everybody that's going to be enthusiastic and part of the group. They have to follow some guidelines. We encourage people not to throw things at the crowd. Everybody loves to get things, but there's a danger element in that.
Oh, sure.
If they want to hand out material or hand out goodies, that's fine. And then we look at the size of the parade, and we look at the mix, and we make sure that everybody applies. Sometimes when people apply at the very last minute, we can't always accommodate them. So there's a June 1 deadline right now. And if you have a group, even if it's a couple of people that want to walk in the parade and have fun, you can do it. But just make sure that you go online on our website and fill out the application by June 1. We've got to get it in by then.
Now, there must be a lot of July 4th parades on the Cape. How does yours stack up as far as size and popularity?
Well, ours is, as far as I know, by far the biggest, and we're also one of the oldest parades in the country. We have about 20,000 people coming to Chatham. It's gotten bigger and bigger in the last few years. We used to have about 10 to 15,000, and now we have close to 20,000. Wow. So that's a lot of people. As a matter of fact, we're really handling as many people now as we can, and that works out just fine with us. We're excited about it.
That explains why I can't get a parking place.
It does. Our chief of police is doing a really great job, though. Every year he tries to fine-tune the route, and now that we've expanded the route, what's great is that the traffic flow is going to be a little bit easier this year than it was previous years. So we try to learn from year to year how can we make it easier for people to get in and out. And then we've also got some transportation for the floats to get in and out, some bus transportation around town.
Okay. Danielle, what are some of the highlights of the parade?
Well, this year our theme is Freedom is Not Free. So it's going to be a lot of red, white, and blue. You're going to see lots of focus on patriotism and what Chatham's all about in terms of actually history and pride, local pride, but a lot of red, white, and blue. And then the other thing is our parade being a little bit longer, we're going to have some more bathroom facilities around town. I think that's important. People have asked for that. And we'll also try to get more trash cans out. But the expanded route that we started last year is a great feature, and we encourage people to they can spread themselves out now that we have a slightly longer route. It makes a difference. I'd like to say also, just for updates, to be sure to check our website, which is chathamparade.com, because that's got any updates, including maps of the route and how to lay out your day. It's a really great website that's updated all the time.
And Danielle, you also mentioned before we started talking about Chatham History Weekend, and you'd like to plug that a little bit.
Chatham History Weekend is wonderful. It's from June 17 to June 19, and it's when the exhibits, all the museums in town open up and the landmarks. We don't charge any admissions that weekend. We've got special talks, special events, and it's a great time for people to enjoy history, to experience a lot of what Chatham has to offer. And we're excited because at the Atwood House Museum, it's our opening weekend, and we have some new exhibits to feature.
I love history, and I'm looking forward to it. Thank you, Danielle, for your time. We appreciate it, and good luck with your endeavors.
Thank you, and we hope you'll make it to the museum on History Weekend, July 17th to 19th, and also the 4th of July. We'd love to see you there. It's always a treat for us to see the crowds.
Well, thank you again.
Well, that wraps it up for this time. We hope you have enjoyed this episode of Chatham Today. As we venture into the summer, remember, the show runs on Channel 99 on Mondays at 9 a.m. and several other times during the week. If you missed the cablecast or want to see it again, you can find us on Facebook, YouTube, or you can visit our website. Just do a Google search for site/Chatham Today. It should be the first entry that you see. The web address is on the screen now. Chatham Today is a video chronicle of the events and activities in the town of Chatham. If you would like to have what's happening in your organization announced on the air, please email us. We look forward to hearing from you. You can also like us on Facebook at Chatham Today, and we certainly hope you do. Thank you for watching.
We'll see you down the road.